Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Seth, and I own averageotakugames, and we are back. I know, last week, crazy week, Journey Together. If you can't tell in my voice, getting over a little bit of sickness as well. So it's been kind of keeping me out of commission from doing a little content and such. But this episode, or this video, I should say, we're going to talk about, the experience of going through a large release like Journey Together as a small business, someone with distribution. Through my website and Discord, I did a little over 15K in sales, something around there. I did a rough estimate, nothing too crazy. I offered prices, near MSRP on the website, a little bit extra, basically just to encompass shipping and taxes and stuff like that. And then there was just a little bit, maybe 10, 15 bucks on top. Super solid prices. If it's something you guys are interested in, definitely follow the Instagram at @aogames__. I will keep everything up to date on there as far as for product drops. As a small business owner, a lot of people are like, Seth, how did you get distro? It's one of the easiest questions. I love it because it's so easy to answer. I've been doing this for quite some time. Maybe I can go through my whole history through the hobby with you guys in a different video, but I've been a full-time seller for almost 2 years now. I've had my website for 3 years, and just making connections, selling through there, selling through recommendations, posting on Facebook groups and stuff like that. Now, since I do have distro, I've had distro for a little over a year now, maybe a year, 6 months, actually about a year and a half. Let's just call it a year and a half flat now. Definitely have had to work up my allocations, buying anything and everything that I can, things that I think were great deals. When I first hopped onto distro, everything was plentiful. I could order everything I wanted, which was great because back then, I was ordering Paldea Evolved booster boxes, Obsidian Flame, I'd pick up a little SV base here and there, but just things that I really believed in. And, definitely, worked my butt off to, sell through that product to make sure, I have more money for more inventory to keep increasing those allocations. And Pokemon isn't the only thing I order through, my main distro now. I order a little bit of Weiss, Shadowverse, if you guys are familiar with that, Union Arena. If you guys like anime IP games like Weiss Schwartz, definitely look at Union Arena. They've got some crazy good titles coming out this year. I'll post a couple up right here for you. But really, really cool game. A lot more simple than Weiss Schwartz if you guys have ever played. Kind of reminiscent of a mix between Weiss Schwartz and One Piece. So if you like One Piece, there's a little bit of element of that game in there. So definitely check that out. But yeah, so just working on my allocation numbers have gotten me to where I am now. Definitely have seen a big jump in my allocation numbers recently. Surging Sparks, I had about half of that compared to what I had of Journey Together. And so that's a pretty big jump. The only set in between that was Prismatic, and Prismatic was pretty heavily allocated. I think I got more than most places, but I didn't get a ton. I did not get a ton of it. Journey Together, I wasn't super worried about the quantity necessarily. The spread obviously is much wider because more people are ordering it. As you guys have all heard, gas stations or all the wild stories are ordering as much Pokemon as they can. So that kind of makes sense there. So the spread is different. I think the numbers are still there. As far as it feels like it's kind of similar to Surging. Surging wasn't too terrible either. I mean, you could find the product. Of course, people are buying it up. Of course, people are scalping it. But if you really look for a trustworthy and reliable source, you guys can get some solid prices on release day for those items. So I wasn't too worried about Journey Together. But where is JT headed? Journey Together, I think, is a very interesting case. So this set, for the enhanced booster boxes, we got box toppers. Now, the non-enhanced booster boxes, as far as I'm aware, at least in the US, the only ones that you're going to find are in the pre-release kits. If you guys are not aware of pre-release kits, Pre-release kits are a display of build and battles, which is 10 build and battles, and then 1 booster box. They are mainly for brick and mortars to hold events, 2 weeks, a week prior to release, to do these pre-release events. These booster boxes did not come with the box topper. I don't usually get pre-release kits. Sometimes I do when I get restock bundles, if they have leftover ones and they're trying to move them from distro, etc., etc. But what's going to happen with a second wave of Journey Together? Because you and I both know Pokemon is not going to, let this set not be reprinted for the next 2 years. It's going to get reprinted at some point. But what's going to happen? And that's something that I've been asking myself with Journey Together. Are they going to include the box topper on those reprints? And I have a feeling that they won't feel the necessity to do it, because it is something extra, for production to do. And while it doesn't seem like it's that hard, it does cost them a lot more time. And, on a reprint, they're trying to save time to get that product out, to players, to collectors, to everyone, to consumers in general, to everyone who's trying to purchase, those items. And I have one case of Journey Together left. Usually I will just sell through all of my product, and I don't normally care. I did keep one case of Journey Together, because if you guys aren't aware, Destined Rivals is also, they're not getting a box topper for their booster boxes. So Journey Together box topper was a one set deal. Now, whether or not they pick that back up on future sets down the line, I'm not sure. However, this might be our only chance to have sealed product with those box toppers. So if you guys are holding on to those enhanced booster boxes right now and you're debating whether or not to open them, definitely, consider what I'm saying. If you guys open those enhanced booster boxes, there might be a little regret down the line if Pokemon does reprints and they don't include that box topper. Take time to consider about what you're doing with your collection, because I do think if you open these enhanced booster boxes, maybe you have 2, you open one and you save one, maybe you don't want to save one at all, and that's perfectly fine. But I definitely don't want you guys to miss out on any possible opportunities. But that's all I really wanted to touch on today. Definitely more content to come. This is more of a, welcome back video, a review, a recap, kind of to talk about my experiences running through Journey Together as a small business. It was very, very successful release. If you guys order a product from me and you guys pull anything crazy, make sure to tag us on Instagram. I will be more than happy to repost you. Love to see all the beautiful hits. Until next time, thank you guys so much for watching the video. And if there's anything you want to hear me talk about, make sure to comment it down below. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys.